Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. And today it's going to be a Masters level game sent to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com. It's going to be Geoff versus AlpacaFury here on Triton, the latter edition. Top left-hand corner is the red Terran player, Geoff. And in the bottom right-hand corner, it is the blue Protoss player, AlpacaFury. Yeah, I love that name. Seriously, AlpacaFury. I'm not sure if we actually have those in the States, at least not natively. Like, I'm pretty sure alpacas exist in the United States, but where are they generally found? Anyway, this is Masters level, which is sent to me, again, at falconpaladin@gmail.com. And I like to do these every once in a while because they're not quite as rigid and rote as Grandmaster games, but they're also pretty high level. Like, these are people that work really hard to get into Masters. So there are 53,000 alpacas in the United States. There are alpaca breeders across the country from Florida to Alaska. They are highest concentrated in Ohio, Washington, Oregon, Colorado, and California. So, I mean, are they native, though? Alpaca. Blah, blah, blah. It is a species of South American camelid. It is not a llama. They are different from llamas. Yada, yada, yada. And they originated out of Peru. So that's where they went. So, yeah. Eventually, they did kind of spread out different places, but Peru is where they came from. We are learning today. We are learning in this cast. Who makes a zealot first in PvT? What is happening, AlpacaFury? All right, man. He's not even... If you proxy it, sure, but this is not a proxy. Alright, man. Alpaca has some plans for that dude. Meanwhile, Geoff is not even making a Reaper. He is really rushing into factory right now. He's got double gas up too. This feels battle cruiser-y to me. Not that we've seen a lot of battle cruiser rushes in TVP. I'm not going to lie. Alright, Stargate on the way. So he's got a couple Marines. This Zealot's not going to be able to do anything. Neither player is really interested in expanding at this point, which I find so interesting. Usually, I mean, in the games that I cast anyway, usually it's going to be a one-rack expand against a one-gate expand, but not today. Today we're getting this thing started. Cyclone coming in. This Marine will be able to kill that Zealot before he gets through the supply depot, which is why the Zealot is not even going to bother trying, especially if there's a Cyclone and a Stalker pushing out here too. And there's the expansion. So it kind of sort of feels max packs here from Alpaca, but no, it's really not. If it was a proxy gateway that was doing this stuff, okay, I'd feel like it. But anyway, Max Packs isn't intended to stop this. It's intended to deal with a greedy Terran player who goes for an early expansion, but that's not what we're seeing here. So 2 Zealots and a Stalker incapable of accomplishing anything right now for AlpacaFury, which has just got to be, it's got to be making him furious. If there's one way to put it. Oracle on the way. Oracle's name here today is going to be the Beach Ball. The Protoss discovered the human invention of the beach ball. They decided it did not have enough death lasers, and so decided they made this version instead with, you know, the death lasers. So this is a beach ball. We got a Cyclone just running around looking for proxies and stuff. I'm liking this from Geoff. Like, one thing that can derail what really looks like a battle... There we go. There's a fusion core. So battle cruiser play would be some kind of a crazy proxy, but no, it's not what we're doing. So it's 3.5 minutes getting started with that battle cruiser. Geoff is really rushing it. Look, extremely fast rushing it. All right, man. So Beach Ball's trying to come in, but I just heard a Widowmine burrow. Is it hiding? Ooh, it's hiding behind the factory. Kind of like that. Is that enough Marines do that? No, that is a Cyclone, friend. Do not go in there. There's a Cyclone. You will die before accomplishing much of anything. So yes, very smartly, Alpaca decides to head on out. Does he see the... He doesn't see anything. He gets no scouting information at all, which is... That's really problematic, dude. You have to know this is a battle cruiser, because how are you going to defend against it? I guess... Maybe... Nope, Phoenix are not your answer. Phoenix are not the answer. They will absolutely just tickle to death here. Ooh, boy. Ooh, boy. They'll try to tickle the battle cruiser to death, and they will fail. Alright. Yamato Cannon on the way from Geoff. Because, hey, if you're making a battlecruiser, why not? And that's your jump, man. That is a 4.5 minute. These pylons look cool, by the way. I'm really attracted by them. Look how cool they are. They got this purple in them. Anyway, these probes are in trouble. That's all I'm going to say. Oh, gosh. And the Phoenix can't stop this. Look at how the Phoenix are dying. And barely, like I said, tickling this battle cruiser. The armory on the BC is really nice. Honestly, killing the Stalker is probably a better idea here. There you go. Stalker priority kill. And he's like, you know what? Sure, I'll take out a bunch of your Phoenix and a couple of your Stalkers while we're at it. I am totally on board with this plan. If he had Yamato Cannon, it'd be a lot of a better situation for him. But Stalker's actually not bad at chasing away BCs. That bonus damage versus armored really comes into play there. Stalker anti-air is not too shabby. Not as good against ground units sometimes, but really good against air units, generally speaking. Alright, so Battlecruiser gets some stuff done. 9 kills! That's more than I thought. 5 probes, a Stalker, and 3 Phoenix. Not too shabby. So slows down AlpacaFury's economy, slows down his army production, and he doesn't lose anything in the meantime. Battlecruiser manages to head on back home without anybody chasing him. Kind of feel like the Stalker should have chased him down. Maybe the Void Ray could have chased him down here too, but playing it safe instead. Oracle has not really dived in anywhere and accomplished anything. Because again, missile turrets exist in pretty decent locations here. Man, another... He really doesn't want this Oracle to come in and ruin his day. He might be overdoing it on the static defense, but that's alright. I think we're okay. So more Battlecruisers in production here from Geoff. By this time, you probably recognize Geoff. He sent me replays before, and boy does he love his Battlecruisers. Boy does he love them. He has also sent me in losses before too. Alright, I've made it clear that anybody who sends me a lot of replays better be sending losses in there too. Because I really don't want people to load up a replay from Falcon and say, oh, it's this guy. He never loses. And there's no element of surprise at all. It sucks. Right? Right. So Geoff has sent in losses before. He will do that because I made him do it. And I don't know what this is. I don't know where we are with this. I think he's really learned just to appreciate sending in replays because they're fun. As this is, man. Battlecruisers are fun. Especially in TVP. You don't see a lot of them in TVP because, again, the Stalkers trade pretty well. Void Rays trade pretty well. Tempests trade pretty well. There's some really good answers here to Battlecruiser that Protoss has. Same thing for Zerg. Neuroparasite is kind of the end-all answer to these dudes. Additionally, though, Corruptors are pretty fantastic generally. So, our Beach Ball Oracle ends up not accomplishing anything but tossing down a single Stasis Ward. Maybe 2? It was just the one. That's all it is. 2 Battlecruisers are better than 1. And we got our... Wow, we got our Duck Immortals. I haven't seen a Duck Immortal in what feels like a year and a half. Look at this guy. He's a duck. I don't know what about him makes me feel like he's a duck, but he is a duck. He's been a duck since the first time I saw him, and he will be a duck forever. Now, what's not that good against Battlecruisers or cannons, but better than not having anything, I suppose. Alright, so probes down, and then you just kind of fly over here into the main, and the army's out of position. Then you Yamato down the Void Rays, and they both will get one shot to death. The third Void Ray, though, is a bit of a problem, and one Battlecruiser has to jump out. Oh, the shield battery comes in, and that Battlecruiser has to jump out, too. Okay, alright, so Alpaca making it happen a little better than I expected, to be entirely honest with you. Thought that was going to go a lot better for Geoff, but at the end of the day, it did not. He killed some probes, which is nice. 9 total probes have gone down, but Alpaca is at 45 workers compared to 45 for Geoff. He's continuing to do stuff that is really good against Battlecruisers. We saw that Void Ray single-handedly going to town on that BC. Sure, he had a shield battery helping, but that prismatic alignment of +6 damage plus armored is no joke. It is no joke, as my poor Corruptors have experienced time and time again. I'll see a Skytoss player, and I'm like, all right, I'll make some Corruptors, and then they just throw in 5 or 6 Void Rays, and I'm like, all my Corruptors are now dead. That sucks. Nice Revelation tossed down, and now you can't be sneaky. Just like, oh, I might as well turn around and go back home. Might as well just go on back home, I suppose. But yeah, Geoff has lost 0 things to this point in the game, which is pretty good. 2,400 losses to 0 is a really good ratio here today. Stasis wards are up. Nothing really close enough to wander into them at this point, but yeah, Alpaca's working on a fleet beacon as Tempests are a wonderful, wonderful answer to the BCs too. And the music's a little bit too hype for what we're experiencing to this point, but anyway. Did you know there's a store? There's a Falcon Paladin store? Actually, it's really easy to remember too. You just go to falconpaladin.store. And ta-da, you're there. I don't know how Samacron finagled it and rigged it up, but that's pretty fancy stuff. We have mugs that when you fill it with a hot liquid, it will reveal the Falcon Paladin logo, which is so cool. We have hoodies, because it's getting cold in the northern hemisphere. We also, are more stasis boards going down? We also have a, well, it's not sweater, but it could be an ugly Christmas sweater if it was a sweater. It's an ugly Christmas shirt, which I know Christmas is a bit away here, but not as far away as you might think. So check it out, falconpaladin.store. Visit today. And if you have any questions or any requests of stuff you want to see on the store, let me know in the comments. We can talk about it. All right, anywho, yep, that breaks over. Battle cruisers operational, heading on down the right side. Yeah, 4 Void Rays and a bunch of Stalkers. Pretty good. I'm not sure why the Immortals exist. Well, Beach falls down. Nice revelation before death, though. That's nice. The battle cruisers, though. One has to jump out immediately. Another one jumps out immediately. And Immortal does end up going down to the battle cruisers. Yamato down a couple of the Void Rays. Oh, that one survived. How? That one survived the Yamato? I thought they got one shot. Oh, I've done the math on this before. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe if it's already a little bit injured, it will die. But if it's 100% health, one Yamato won't take it out. Oh, did they buff it? I think that's what happened. They buffed Void Ray health so that they don't get one shot by Yamato in a patch. Boy, 2 or 3 patches ago. That's what it is. You just don't see it a lot, so you forget about that interaction. That's what it was. Okay, so they can't survive one Yamato. They're not super healthy after it hits them, but they're also not dead. So that's a major, major victory. All right, Alpaca on the assertive front here. Widowmine. Ah! Nice hit. Missile turret getting some shots off at a couple of those Void Rays. And SCVs in the mix here. Why are there SCVs in the mix? I don't know. It is a one crazy battle, though. The Tempests are down. The Immortals are trying to take down the Thors. They're doing a wonderful job of it, mind you. Look how good they are against Thors. They're great against anything armored, is what it is. And Zealot's trying to take down the Thors, too, but not going to be allowed to do so. So, pretty good win there. Out of Geoff, he has now officially lost things, 2,000 resources, but it's 9,000 lost for Alpaca. All of his Immortals, all of them are dead. 4 of them have gone down. 12 Stalker, 6 Void Rays, 3 Phoenix, which really early Phoenix, but you know what I mean here. 9 probes. And 4 SCVs have been killed. I think all of them during that battle. But Geoff's thrown down a 4th base. As you know, AlpacaFury is happily sitting on 4 bases too. He's been there for quite some time. He's trying to stay ahead economically. And the battle cruisers, have any of them died so far? I don't think they have. Right, we looked up here, and 2 Thors went down, but no battle cruisers have died. We're up to 6 now. And that is one thing you really want to try to do if you have BCs or other big ticket items, is keep them alive. Like, having 6 BCs is a lot better than having 2 BCs at the 13-minute mark. As it turns out, 17 kill BC is getting healed up. That's a lot of kills. That is a large, large number of kills. Zealots coming up the right side. They don't even have charge. They have +2 attack and +1 shields. But no charge, nor is it being researched. Alpaca doesn't believe in charge for his Zealots, which I find really confusing. Okay, well, they're just dead instantly then, I suppose. And they are. They don't get a slash off on anything. The most damage as a result of those Zealots was friendly fire splash from those tanks, hitting them and kind of hitting the SCVs nearby. That's all it was. Tempest count, a little bit scary for our battlecruiser army. Coming on up, sensor towers reveal that they're here, and they get scanned, and that makes Alpaca kind of pull back a little bit. He's worried. He's worried about being seen, is what he is. He wants this to be a sneak attack. Oh, hold on. Wow, just jumped. Oh, jumped over here to try to jump on top of... He tried to jump on top of the Tempest, and it didn't work. Alpaca outsmarted him. Tempests are fast, man. Look at how much they take down BCs. Look at how much damage they do versus massive air units. It's insanely good. Tempests are your answer, ladies and gents. Stalkers do get in here behind this 4th base, but there's a tank and a planetary, so hard to pull off if you're Stalkers. Good attempt, though, from Alpaca, regardless. Boom, 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 boom. These Stalkers are dead. gonna say those SCVs repairing themselves as the Stalker tries to kill him is pretty entertaining, but it's over now. Alpaca's taking a 5th base because why not against this really weird Mass BC dude. Tempest count getting there, guys. It is really starting to get there. What do we got? 2, 4, 6, like 12 or so? 12 or so? Seems like a good number. And wow, Geoff's expanding up here for his 5th. I guess high ground. Pretty good if you have BCs. It makes sense. Tank's like, I need to reposition a little bit here. Here's the engagement of the century, though. Tempest firing on in. Yamato's getting fired off, too. The Tempests are still alive, though. They can take a Yamato and not die. That I knew for sure. Now, the question is, are the Thors going to be able to handle the Tempests when all is said and done? And yeah, that single target anti-air damage they have, it's like a truck. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Thor versus Tempest. At the Maverick Center. That's the thing, actually. There is there's an arena here in Utah, not far from where I live, actually, called the Maverick Center, named after a local chain of gas stations and convenience stores in the state. And they generally do hockey games for minor league hockey. A team called the Grizzlies, ECHL. And then they also do stuff like monster truck rallies at the Maverick Center, too. So it's a pretty cool place to go if you're into that sort of thing. I've been a few times. Not a huge hockey fan, personally. More of a ball sport guy than a puck sport guy, as it turns out. All right, so that was a pretty good battle. We're at 165 to 163 when all is said and done. Now, AlpacaFury's income is better. And actually making some carriers here, which, okay. I mean, I guess the carriers can outrange the Thors, which is good. Carrier's not a bad tech switch. I'm thinking about it here. And basically, you're going to try to make the Thors go into splash damage mode against the air, which means they're bad against the bodies of the carriers. Huh. The problem is carriers are pretty bad against battle cruisers because they're just a ton of little attacks, which is what armor's all about, man. The more armor you have, the more you want little tiny attacks to hit you. Same with ultras, same with, honestly, carriers, same with battle cruisers. What you really are worried about, though, are big hits. Big, strong hits, like Tempest attacks, bam. Yamato attacks, bam. Stuff like that. So in this case, carrier, not as good against the battle cruisers. We'll see how they do. Alpaca expanding to the bottom left, really having a pretty nice economic advantage here today. Trying to kill some of these SCVs. Doing just a little bit of some light harassment here. And guess who's coming over this way? Yeah, Geoff is. Geoff's coming over this way. Alpaca's feeling it, though. All right. I'm not sure you want to be engaging here. Oh, the Yamatos. Wow, all the Tempests are dead on one. The Immortals are crushing through these Thors like they're made out of cheesecloth, though. But the battle cruisers still remain. Honestly, ooh, that's a jump on top. If you could focus down a couple of these really wounded battle cruisers, you could have a pretty good time. He almost kind of does. Gets one. Then the other one that's really super injured would be nice to kill. He gets that one, too. All right, so Alpaca is smart enough to at least take down the wounded BCs. Yeah, these... No. Let's remember... Yeah, carriers. What I said. What did I say about carriers versus battle cruisers? Not good. The Vikings are landing to try to deal with these stalkers. That bonus versus mechanical kicks right in. It kicks right on in, governor. Ba-da-dum-bum-bum. Quick plug for the Twitter account, I guess, while we're here. Twitter.com/FalconPaladin. Been posting my own thoughts on certain things like the China-Hong Kong situation. Thoughts about sports ball if you're into that sort of thing too, if you're a fellow sports ball esports enthusiast like me. And just commenting on things like Nation Wars, which is ongoing right now. Is Geoff trying to expand top right? No, say the Stalkers. Tempests hanging out. I mean, again, AlpacaFury, his economy is really good, but he keeps losing these battles. I mean, it is kind of tricky, right? Geoff's not going mass battle cruiser, which Tempest would be pretty good against. This is battle cruiser. This is Thor. This is tank. Ground army, Alpaca has not had any trouble with. It's mostly this combination of Vikings and battle cruisers that has really given him pause here today. So I'm thinking maybe more Immortals, maybe more Zealots. Yeah, there's still not a base here on Mr. AlpacaFury. But hey, doing some damage anyway is a pretty good deal. So Alpaca's maxed out. Geoff is virtually maxed out. Once again, really wants to harass this way, but Geoff's army is here. And Vikings are pretty good against Tempest. Vikings and BCs in straight-up engagement's pretty good. Pretty good kiting on display here as well. Does he really want to go? He really wants to go here. The Archons versus the Vikings are doing pretty fantastic stuff, but the Tempests are all getting wrecked anyway. Stalker Archon versus Battlecruiser, not too shabby. Geoff in a little bit of trouble here. Army supply is pretty even, but he's going to lose these two Thors. They don't do very well against Archons. They do better against Stalkers, and they did take down the final Tempest, which is nice. Meanwhile, Battlecruiser's jumping down the bottom left-hand corner where there are cannons and there are shield batteries, but they are not protecting the probes very well. Oh, and he just lost another BC. Geoff is losing BCs alarmingly quickly right now. He's lost a total of 16 of them. This will make a 17th down Battlecruiser. Meanwhile, Desperation jump over to the right side from Geoff, going after more of these dudes. This is turning into some pretty chaos level stuff here. Does he still not have charge on his Zealots? I don't think he does. Alpaca, why? Why do you not have charge on your Zealots? You're making them, guy. Oh, they'd be so much better if they had charge. Tempest, need to fire on one. Okay, I guess they both Yamato'd the one Tempest, so that counts. Oh, blinked on in. You got trapped. You got baited there, Geoff. Oh, these Battlecruisers are dead. Utterly dead. Like, he knows. He's going to try to kill as many things as he can, but that's it. All right, so that's like 20 then. That is 20 even Battlecruisers killed so far in this game. 11 Thors. 20 Tempests is a lot of dead Tempests, and 18 probes is not a small number either. The important thing for Alpaca, though, is he's keeping his bases. He's keeping his bases. Trying to expand at the top right for what feels like the third time here is Geoff, but not really. It's kind of officially the first time. Planetary Fortress is fighting in here, and this is a pretty good position to fight for Geoff. No Immortals! Dude, if you're going to take down a PF, just bring some Immortals. You're going to have a much better time of it. Yeah, Stalkers alone not going to do super well in this scenario. Zealots and DTs coming into the fourth base, though. They wipe out that Planetary. Okay, that's how you do. Make some DTs in the mix here. And Hellbats are fighting against Stalkers, which is really bad for the Hellbats. As it turns out, you don't want to be doing that. That's a bad setup for sure. But Supply Depot's going down. This is going to supply block Geoff. No, it does not. Doesn't seem like even close to doing so. Well, definitely not close to supply blocking him at all. Missile turret's getting sniped out here. At the same time, more Zealots in production. Dude, Alpaca is not getting charged for his Zealots. And he's driving me insane. Buddy, do it. All right, so this group gets cleared out with detection and a combination of Blue Flame Hellions and stuff. This is 52 workers for Geoff. AlpacaFury is happily sitting at 78. He's spending his money well. He's spending it better than Geoff is, honestly. Are you? All right. Once again, no Immortals going after this Planetary Fortress. It'd be a big victory if he could get it. But the Battlecruisers are here. And the Tempests are dead. And the Stalkers are dead. And you're not getting the Planetary. I'm telling you, bring 4 Immortals. Just wander 4 Immortals up here. And you'll take down the Planetary in no time at all. Dude, these Zealots are doing some seriously good work for not having charge. I'm honestly impressed by how well they're doing for themselves. Alpaca has expanded again to a 7th base. That is a 7th base he's happily sitting on. Geoff's income is not very good. Even though he has mules, he's not doing super great with it. Army supply 70 to 60 in favor of Geoff. What a scrap fest. What a ridiculous scrap fest this game has been. Vikings doing pretty well against these Tempests. Really well against these Tempests, actually, but not as well as to kill all of them, as it turns out. Thor's in the mix. Got some High Templar in the mix. Turning themselves into Archons, getting wrecked for the most part. Yamato's going down. This base is in a lot of trouble. AlpacaFury's army is not really here right now. Archon, nope. Tank does pretty well against the Archon. This Battlecruiser's not even in the fight right now. A lot of probes going down. This right side base thinks it is pretty much dead at this stage of the game. What are the upgrades looking on for this mech? That is +3 air attack and +3 ground and air armor and +2 ground attack here. Synchronized Thor attacks. And the Nexus explodes beautifully in a gouge of flame. Now, again, the bonus here is that Alpaca does have additional Nexuses. He could afford to lose that one, and he certainly did. He certainly did end up losing that one. Resources lost, 36,000 for Geoff, a full 51,000 for Alpaca. More battlecruisers in production, more Thors in production. If at first you don't succeed, says Geoff, keep doing it. And if at first you take out a Nexus, keep doing what got you there. Yeah, AlpacaFury suddenly is at 64 army supply. How? He's making additional Tempest here, but he is down big time. Geoff has the big ticket items. He has the upgrades. I guess in fairness, it is 3-3-2-2-3 from Alpaca down here. Look at that. That is some really good Protoss upgrading today. I'm enjoying it immensely. 4 DTs trying to swing around this right side before detection comes up. They're going after some of these units. Not paying attention all that super well. Here is Geoff. There's the scan, and now they're all dead. Okay. Geoff coming down this left side. Raven's in production. He's really tired of dealing with DTs, so mobile detection is going to be what he's into right now, and it's just not enough stuff. Alpaca, he's spending his money well. He's gas-starved, though. He's just been spending so much gas on things like Archons that aren't necessarily helping him all that much. And Geoff, this kind of feels like a victory tour for him. He's up 101 to 84 army supply coming on this left side. That base is in a lot of trouble. The Tempests are trying to handle... Oh, actually, the Vikings are all down. The Tempest can directly fire on the battlecruisers now, but the Yamatos are real, and the Thors have gotten in on the fight as well. The Immortal needs to get up there and help against these Thors. Oh, never mind. Just got absolutely destroyed there. Attack up the backside. Stalker's making sure no mining from that particular base, but the Tempests are gone. The army supply for Alpaca is down to 26. He's going to lose this base. He's going to lose all the probes that decide to stick around, which hopefully shouldn't be too many for the sake of the probes. But this base is dead. This base is dead. 3 Nexuses down in the last 5 minutes or so. It is kind of snowballing right now for Alpaca. The Stalkers are trying to fight, but there's just not enough of them. They're doing pretty well against these Thors. That bonus damage versus armored again is pretty fantastic, but auto turret up, and good game from AlpacaFury. Geoff is your winner in a ridiculously scrappy 27-minute TVP. Wow. Geoff is just sitting at his desk going, what happened? How are we alive right now? Is what he's asking. Oh my gosh, what an absolutely insane Masters level game that was. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it immensely. Immensely. All right, that was a lot of fun. Hit that like button if you like this game, by the way, because I liked it. That's for sure. I hit that like button. But yeah, man, it was so many battle cruisers. 22 went down. There were 8 at the end of the game. 30 battle cruisers in 28 minutes. It's a lot of BCs. Again, 3-3 on those dudes. If you're going to make that many, make sure they're upgraded as much as they can. Give them the Yamato. You will not regret it. 100 Stalkers went down. 35 Tempests went down. 2 carriers. Every carrier that was made died. Only 10 Immortals. I feel like more of those would have been nice against those Thors, to be sure. And no charge on the Zealots. Kind of feel like charge lots would have been super useful, but maybe AlpacaFury does not agree. Perhaps he does not agree with me. Think about that, I bet you have. All right, well, good. Overall, good stuff here. I mean, Alpaca did pretty well for himself. Again, getting charged and getting more Immortals to deal with that ground army would make the battlecruisers easier to handle, for sure. But at the end of the day, Geoff's macro was good. His decision-making on when to jump and where to jump was really nice, too. So, good stuff. Well, that's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.